Welcome to another episode of Shipper War, and holy there's a lot to talk about.
Shipper War. When ship happens, I'm there.
So first up, Fantastic Four Reboot. If you didn't know, Marvel Comics just loves making reboots of films that just came out a couple of years ago. Casting rumors are going around about who's going to play the two characters in the power couple of the Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. The two casting that are being thrown around for Mr. Fantastic is Adrien Brody and Jonathan Rhys Meyers. And then for Invisible Woman, the two names that are being thrown around is Alicia Eve and Amber Heard. I've never heard of either actresses, but for the actors, I'm rooting for Adrien Brody to get the role as Mr. Fantastic. New Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows promo photos came out because the ones that came out before wasn't enough. Some more came out, and this time they're of Hermione and Ron together. Ron's like laying in a bed and Hermione's like holding his hand, I think. Anyways, I know the Ron and Hermione shippers are probably paying themselves over this photo. So the official promo poster for Keira Knightley's new film, Never Let Go, has been released. The premise of this story is about some kids who grow up in like some boarding school and they like spent most of their life there, and then they're finally able to let go from the boarding school, and they end up falling in love with each other, and it's just one big hot mess. So check that poster out, and if you want to, check out the trailer too to understand more of what I just explained. Another poster that has been released is a French poster for the movie Tangled, the Disney princess movie about Rapunzel. Well, a French version of the poster came out, and it's different than the American one or the English one. It's interesting. So the Jim Carrey film I Love You, Phillip Morris has finally got a release date, and the release date is going to be December 3rd. Another film that's coming out in December is a Ryan Gosling and Kristen Dunst film titled All Good Things. That movie is going to have a December 31st release, so look forward to both films in December. Steve Carell has just landed a romantic comedy titled A Boyfriend for My Wife. The premise of that movie is that some husband is trying to get out of his marriage with his wife, so he starts to hire guys to date his wife, I guess for her to like cheat on him or leave him for these guys. So that's the premise of that story, and Steve Carell is going to be playing the lead actor. Katie Holmes has also landed a role. It's in an Adam Sandler movie. She's going to be playing the wife to Adam Sandler's character. The movie's called Jack and Jill. The premise of that story, from what I read, is that Adam Sandler is Jack and Jill is his sister, and he's going to be playing his sister, and I guess his sister comes to visit his family, and she's a lot of trouble, and stuff happens. Another remix that's in the work that actually started filming this past week is the story of Bonnie and Clyde. Yes, they're remaking Bonnie and Clyde, and starring in the film is Hilary Duff as Bonnie and Kevin Zegers as Clyde. There's been 3 trailers that released this week. The first trailer is The Last Day of Summer, and the premise of that story is this really dorky guy is kind of fed up with his job and just his life in general. So he's going to do something with a gun, but then he ends up running into this girl that he finds very attractive, and he goes and talks to her, and she kind of ignores him, and that sets him off, so he ends up kidnapping her. When the trailer first starts, you think it's like a serious film, but as this trailer progresses, you realize it's a comedy. The second trailer is titled The Freebie, and the premise of that story is a married couple agreed to have one-night stands with other people, and that's how you spread STDs, and that's disgusting. Ew. So speaking of STDs, the third trailer is titled Tamara Drewe, and the premise of that story is that some girl was once ugly and now she's not ugly anymore, and there's like a bunch of guys who are infatuated with her. And rather her being a good girl with moral values and just picking one guy out of all the guys, she goes and she sleeps with each and every one of them, and it seems like she does it multiple times. I hope at the end of the film there's like some type of disclaimer that says if you do what this girl does, you're gonna get an STD and die. The only shipper in this film that released this past week is Avatar, a limited release Avatar, and it has 9 extra minutes to it, and within this 9 minutes it's been confirmed that the sex scene between Jake and Atati is happening. Celebrity shipperness news is coming out of True Blood's Offset, Onset, real life couple Anna Paquin and Stephen Moyer. They officially tied the knot. They're officially married. So congratulations to them. The first TV news is coming out of Bones. The shipperness news is coming out of Bone is that Booth gets a new girlfriend this season, and there's a photo of the new girlfriend, and Brenna is there with Booth and the girlfriend, so there's like a triangle going on there. The Bones shippers are very upset with this because obviously they want Booth and Brenna together, so they're not happy about Booth getting a girlfriend and Brenna looking like she's okay with it. Vampire Diaries. A lot of promos have came out of Vampire Diaries this week. Promo posters, promo stills from the 3rd episode, and then casting promos. So there's a lot of photos for you guys to drool over. So it's finally been confirmed who Kirk's boyfriend's going to be on Glee. And my thoughts on this guy that's going to be Kirk's boyfriend is that he looks like a skinnier version of Perez Hilton. Does anybody else see it, or is it just me? So Smallville news, it's not really Smallville news. Serena Williams tweeted on her Twitter account that she was in bed watching Smallville. Somebody then asked her, "Are you a Klana fan or are you a Clois fan?" And she responded with Klana, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. It makes me so happy to learn that a famous, talented athlete is a Klana shipper. It warms my heart. So the last piece of TV news and news in general comes from TV.com. They posted a list of the 20 all-time best couples on TV, and I disagree with the list. You know why I disagree with the list? Because not even one ship that I actually shipped is on this list. So the list is incorrect, at least for me. I told you guys there was a lot to talk about, and I'm so exhausted right now. I just want to go to bed. So goodbye, and until next time.